At Haven Point, we're all bound by the laws of the water. Did you know that waves make different noises depending on how the day is feeling? When it's angry, the sea is just this low-down, rolling roar that sets your tummy a bit iffy. Today is Sunday, and it's indifferent. I knew it the moment I woke up. I could hear the sea gliding in and out, like it can't even be bothered to make waves. A sound like can't be botheredness. If it stays like this, it'll be perfect for tonight's wrecking. None of the other wrecklings are up yet. Not Jericho or Willis or Badger, my best friend who goes everywhere with me, except for this morning when I've left her snuffle snoring in her hammock. She's not an actual badger. That'd be silly. She has a pitch-black afro with one white streak, which is where her name comes from. She can't get too in-deep with the mermaids anyway. None of the other wrecklings can. And that's where I'm headed today. In-deep. To see Athera and the other mermaids for the first time in ages. I'm leaning over the thick whitewashed wall at the end of the lighthouse garden. From here, I can see all the way out to the foghorn that squats on the cliff edge and the lift beside it that leads down to the beach. And, beyond it all, the sea. This is the exact place where I was found in the box nearly 12 years ago. I love it when I have this spot all to myself. You don't get hardly any time alone here. Moments like this with no one yelling. Brilliant. I head through the gate, knocking twice on the wall as I go. That way, I know I'll return. We're a superstitious lot here. I reckon it comes from Cap'n and his seafaring days. The sea is wild and we'll do anything we can to calm it. Knock on the wall, cross our fingers and think of knots. We're all for it. I walk towards the foghorn. It's a white bell shape, like a short windmill, but instead of blades, it's got two black horns sticking out of the top. I strike out to the left of the foghorn and reach the lift that will take me from the cliff top down to the beach. I press the button and wait, taking in a deep lungful of salty air. Beyond the rickety steps that start beside the lift and zigzag down to the beach, I can just see the edge of Camel's Island, the humpback lump of rock that separates our bay from the salt beds. I turn and look back at Old Ben, the lighthouse. His posh name is Old Benevolent. He's a burst of bright red and white stripes on the cliff top, surrounded by a little clump of ramshackle houses and outbuildings, all kept in place by the thick whitewashed wall. The wall needs to be solid, because when the wind howls, which it often does, the sky and sea churn, trying to outdo each other, and it feels like the wind could whip us all up and drop us over the cliff edge into the sea. When the lightning flashes, the whole bay lights up and makes your eyes burn. Not literally. You wouldn't like that. My left eye must have got burned when I was a baby, Cap'n says. It melted, fusing my eyelid with my cheek. My left ear too, so it works, kind of, but it's just a hole with no fancy bit to protect it, or to wear shells in like Athera does. When the wind howls, it just goes straight on in there and stays. Haven Point, Wreckling's territory, is like our very own island, even though we're attached to the mainland. I sometimes lie on my back, stare up at the sky and imagine that I'm soaring like a seagull and I can look down and see Old Ben in the centre of Haven Point. He's like our castle, with all our higgledy-piggledy buildings surrounding him. I flap my wings and catch an uplift to glide round the edges of our territory. I fly from the point where the salt beds touch the sea, all the way up the cliff face to the green grassy leas where old Ben stands guard behind the whitewashed wall.